Hello, I'm Paul Clark. If you run a professional agency such as a digital marketing agency or a business advisory service, you'll want to know how much profit you make from each client and where there's a problem, the reasons why. Now this should be straightforward, but for many businesses it isn't. And that's because the information you need comes from separate and independent systems. A finance system for revenue and costs, a time recording system for hours and tasks performed. If, however, you could join information sets together, you can create a single set of information that can tell you the whole story for a client, the margin that each is delivering for you, and the tasks performed and who's performing them. And the benefit from this is that you can identify and solve problems that are costing you money as soon as they arise. But how do you join information sets together? Does this mean a replacement for both systems? No, it doesn't. We use Microsoft's Power BI to create single sets of information, to give you all the visibility that you need, without any changes being needed to the systems involved. Let me show you. Here is a portal, and let's say it represents your professional services organisation, perhaps a digital marketing agency. It presents two sets of independent data: fee income from your finance system, hours and costs from your time recording system, brought together in a way that allows fee income for a client to be linked to the hours and costs for the same client. The dashed line is your fee income, the columns are your costs. They're divided into two: break-even costs, for example salaries, additional costs. This is the difference between your break-even cost and the cost you actually bill to the client. Think of it as your margin. If the dashed line is above a column, it means that all the costs for that month are funded. If it splits a column, for example in January, the area of the column below the line indicates the amount of cost that is funded. The area of the column above the line is the amount that's unfunded. And in January's case, this is split out further between the break-even cost and additional cost. I can pick a column, let's take, a client, let's take dues controls, and we can see the story of dues controls over the year. Here is another, equal data services. There's a similar story to understand there. Now, because we're bringing in data from two independent sources and linking it together, we can drill into that data and see it from both perspectives. Let's take May. If I drill through, I can see the costs for May split out by client, and here they are. Let's pick one of the clients, WebEx Automation, third in from the right. It's got a lot of unfunded cost. I can clear the filters, find WebEx, and we can see clearly here we have a client with which we have a long-term ongoing problem in terms of ongoing costs. One of the data sources comes from the time recording system, and this allows us to pick a client and see the team members and the hours worked for that particular client and for that month. I can drill through to hours, client and team, and here we have the members of the team and the hours they've worked on WebEx. If I clear the filters, you can see that this is a matrix that allows me to see all the hours for every member of the team, for every client, and for every month. One further perspective, also from the time recording system, and that relates to team utilization. The columns in this chart indicate the lovely utilization for each member of the team for each month. The shade for each column indicates the extent to which the team member in that month achieved a lovely utilization that was at or above 60%, the dashed line across the chart. For example, if I take Daisy, one of the team members, we can see that at the start of the year, Daisy achieved a good utilization rate, but it tailed off towards the end of the year. The purpose behind this chart is to indicate the level of spare capacity in the organisation. If every member of the team can be encouraged to reach that 60% utilisation target, you're billing a lot more hours than you are able to at the moment, but your break-even costs are not increasing. That means you're a more profitable organisation. With Power BI, once you know what the critical questions are that you want to answer, you can quickly and easily bring together the data involved and build the visualizations that will give you the story that you're looking for. We've built similar applications for organisations large and small, each one getting to the heart of the critical questions facing the business. And if you'd like to know more, please get in touch using the details below. Thank you very much.